Hi, this is Armando with the boxing corner. I just woke up from watching last night's fights. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, Sunday, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do these videos. So I'm gonna try to knock them out quick. I'm gonna start with the Gennady Golovkin and Gabriel Rosado fight. This is a fight that I was kind of looking forward to, kind of more than any other one because of Gennady Golovkin. Triple G has he pretty much splashed onto the scene with that devastating fight that he beat, Proxa with. So I was still very curious. There's a lot of hype behind the guy. Kind of falling into it. He's got a lot of power. I've known about him like the fight before Proxa, when he fought Fuchiyami Maka, something like that. So I was kind of very interested in seeing him fight here in the States again, to see how he does, to see how the American fan base treats him and how he reacts. So it was a fight that Gabriel Rosado isn't he's a 154 pounder. He very aggressive. So I thought this guy's kind of tailor made for Gennady Golovkin. So I was excited, like everybody else. Many people thought Rosado wasn't going to hang, that he was going to get, he was going to get out of there because Gennady was going to get him out of there. But let's talk about the fight. Round one kicks in. Gennady's ridiculously aggressive. He's constantly walking him down. Gabriel's on a constant move. He's not running, but he's kind of, moving around trying to figure out how to attack this guy, how to figure this guy out. And Golovkin is constantly moving on top of him, always pressuring him. So the first one was kind of a feel-out round. A couple of punches were thrown and landed, but nothing much based on just the activity. Totally gave it to Gennady on that one. Second round was the round where it got interesting because Gennady landed a left jab that instantaneously cut Gabriel right here to the top, which is going to definitely affect him for the rest of the fight. And I was like, fuck. So it was just like what they said, a power jab. I really don't know what the fuck that means. Dude just fucking hit hard, pretty much. Third round kicked in. Just Gabriel started to engage. He started to kind of starting to throw, because the first round he wasn't doing much. The second round he did a little bit, but not as much. But in the third round he started to engage, and he started looking like a bloody mess. And I was like, shit, this video may look very pro Gennady Golovkin, but Gabriel was doing stuff. He was throwing, he was landing. But just Gennady was just, his punches just seemed a little bit heavier. I think Gabriel was, I think he might have been a little bit over his head, he felt, but he still wasn't backing down. He was still fighting. The fifth round, Gabriel had some success to a point where he started throwing. I think this is where Gabriel works best, when he counters, because there was moments where Gennady was coming at him, throwing, and he would just kind of pick him. He would kind of throw an uppercut, or throw a straight, or throw a hook, or something like that. And at that particular moment, Gennady was kind of like, shielding himself a little bit. So that kind of showed a little bit of, if you counter him, he can definitely be beaten. And on top of that, his head movement was horrible. He was getting landed a lot in the head at that particular moment. The sixth round was getting even uglier, just more bloodier. I think there was some rabbit punches in there. Gennady was getting frustrated while they tied up, and he was just trying to hit him in the back of the head. And the ref said, "Hey, you need to calm your ass down," and stuff like that. And I think in that round as well, Golovkin stunned him, which had Rosado, hanging on and stuff like that. The thing with that is throughout the fifth, sixth, and eventually he got stopped in the seventh through the corner. Throughout the fight, even the doctors in the last two rounds were constantly examining him because Gabriel was just a bloody mess, man. It almost looked like Kelly Pavlik and Sergio Martinez, but he was just a bloody mess. And Golovkin's, his mitts, his everything, his attire, everything, they were bloodied. I mean, they were kind of pink because he came in wearing white. So I kind of felt bad for him. I was like, man, you gotta stop this fight because he's doing well. He's holding his own. He's throwing. He's engaging a little, but just the pressure and the power and all that. And I was like, man, you need to stop this fight. And I think the corner in the seventh round, they eventually did that. And I kind of felt bad for him because you can tell he was just over in his way over his head. And now Sergio Martinez did the same thing with Kelly Pavlik, 154 to 160, and actually Martinez beat him to take the middleweight championship a couple of years ago. But in this sense, Gennady was just too much for him, and they stopped the fight. Gennady was very, hey dude, come to my gym, train with me, or something of that nature, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight for Gennady. It definitely showed people that maybe Gennady isn't as, he's still a beast, but people thought he was going to get Gabriel out of there. Now is it a testament to Gabriel being a tough son of a bitch, or Gennady's not as amazing as you think he is because he should have got this 154-pounder out of there? I mean, every fighter is different. Maybe a little bit of both. But you can't deny the power he had with that straight left jab that cut him. So just let me know what you think about that. This is Armando with the Boxing Corner, and I'll see you next time, which is shortly, to do more videos.